Since the beginning of sailing, there have been sea tales of which are true, others less so, all of which capture our imagination. A lost ship re-emerges without the crew. A sunken vessel reappears in port. A creature lurks in the mist of the sea. Even airplanes disappears into the deep ocean. Welcome to The Lazy Historian. In today's episode, we will investigate the strange tale of the mysterious Dutch ghost ship Ourang Medan. On the year 1947, while the world was just starting to heal from the devastating World War II, another war was lurking. Southeast Asia was just liberated from Japanese control. Dutch ships were among the most frequent naval presence on the region. They and other European powers sought to reclaim their significant colonial interest in what would later become Indonesia. Two American vessels passing through the Strait of Malacca, the City of Baltimore, and the Silver Star picked up several distress messages from the nearby Dutch merchant ship, the Ourang Medan. A strange distress call, transmitted in Morse code, read SOS from Ourang Medan. We float. All officers, including the captain, dead in chart room and on the bridge. Probably whole of crew dead. Few strange dashes and dots, followed by, I die. After that chilling distress call, there were no more messages. The Silver Star located the Ourang Medan drifted approximately 50 miles from her indicated position. No steam billowed from the engines, and no cries for assistance could be heard. It was silent. The search party boarded the ship and discovered the crew's bodies. Their faces were contorted in terror. Their mouths stretched in eternal screams, and their eyes were wide open, as if Medusa herself had turned them to stone. The ship's dog also died. Whatever terrorized the crew to death had vanished. When the captain gave the order to tow the Dutchman back to port, a fire broke out in one of the Ourang Medan's cargo holds, forcing the Silver Star crew to cut the lines. Soon after, the Ourang Medan ship exploded and sank into the depths of the ocean, leaving nothing but a story to tell. Few days after the incident, a lifeboat with 6 corpses and 1 survivor washed up on the Marshall Islands. The mysterious man was called Jerry Rabbit. He claims to be the second officer of the Ourang Medan. Rabbit told an incredible story of conspiracy, horror, and betrayal. He was hired in Shanghai without any background or qualification checks to work on a former Chinese steamer. Following its departure from Shanghai under the name Ourang Medan, the vessel loaded 15,000 crates of unknown cargo at various Chinese ports before heading to Costa Rica. Rabbit heard machine staff complaining of stomach cramps and fatigue soon after loading the secret shipment. He informed the captain only to be dismissed. When the illness took its first victim, the captain recorded the cause of death as a heart attack, which Rabbit thought was unlikely. He peeked into the ship's logbook, which listed items like sulfuric acid, cyanide, and nitroglycerin, the first 2 of which were far more likely causes of the ship's now increasing death toll. He stole the captain's logbook, jumped into a lifeboat with 6 other men, and fled. The last witness of the Ourang Medan, Jerry Rabbit, died a few days later at Marshall Islands, reportedly of exhaustion. Variations on the story of the Ourang Medan's fate have circulated for years, and as with other sea mysteries, it's unclear where the truth begins and ends. History and true crime writer Michael East said, "There's no shipping record of a vessel under that name. Nobody ever came forward to say they knew the ship or had served on her. Also, the inconsistent dates constantly stand out, as does the changing location. Someone says it was actually registered in Sumatra. The vessel's name translates to Man from Medan, Medan being a Sumatran island. According to some reports, the ship was near the Solomon Islands, while others said it was in the Marshall Islands. Estelle Hargraves discovered the earliest known mention of the sinking of the Ourang Medan. She discovered quotes from British Marine officers in 1940 published in British national newspapers during World War II. These articles describe a ship's distress call requesting assistance from a medic and a warship. However, in this version, it is a British merchant ship, not an American one, that comes to the Ourang Medan's aid and discovers only the dead crewmen and no dog. The only consistency between this version and later ones is that the ship did explode and nothing was recovered. According to a German publication from 1953, entitled Das Totenschiffen der Südsee, or the Death Ship in the South Seas, suggests that potassium cyanide and nitroglycerin were stored in the ship's hold. If so, this could certainly explain the vessel's sudden accidental destruction. These were extremely sensitive materials to transport in the tense international climates at the end of World War II. In 2014, Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 disappeared, carrying 239 people. It vanished in the same location where the Ourang Medan sent a distress call. A few years later, a piece from MH370 flight found. Richard Godfrey and Blaine Gibson, experts involved in the investigation, said, "The combination of the high-speed impact designed to break up the aircraft and the extended landing gear designed to sink the aircraft as fast as possible both show a clear intent to hide the evidence of the crash, which indicate that it might be a murder-suicide plot maybe behind the loss of the Malaysia Airlines flight." Nevertheless, it was a strange coincidence that both disappearances happened in the same location. In 2003, a secret memo was released by the CIA, detailed the eerie, frenzied SOS call from on board. Written by C.H. Mark Jr., assistant to the director of the CIA Alan Dulles, in 1959. When boarding parties reached the Ourang Medan, they found an eerie sight. There wasn't a living creature on the ship. The captain lay dead on the bridge. The memo continues, but strangely, there was no sign of wounds or injuries on any of the bodies. The memo mentioned that many other strange phenomenons, airplane disappearance and sphere-shaped objects emerging from the sea. A link in the description for the full memo. The release of the Namco Entertainment video game Man of Medan in 2019 reignited interest in the terrifying mystery of the Ourang Medan. But stories about this ghost ship have circulated for over 80 years. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe.